What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. I am not joined by anybody. I'm just here by myself. You see no other people in this review but me, except for maybe you do, because I'm joined by a couple good friends of mine, fellow beer tubers, Dan, Mike, FLX. Boys, how's it going?
It's going pretty swell. I have a tree house here. I have my good friend Joe that invited me over to his channel. Life is good.
How about you, Mike?
Yeah, it's all right.
That's all right. We totally didn't review Julius for their channel right before this. Didn't happen. Never happened. Totally not wearing the same shit. Not at all.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't happen. Anyway, so I brought these guys back because we had a great time last time, and we're hoping to have another good time. And that's because we're reviewing a beer, as Dan said, from the Tree House Brewing Company. They're out of Charlton, Massachusetts, and we have their Very Hazy.
I guess filled your diaper.
They are calling this a double IPA that comes in at 8.8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This was canned on 8/11/21, so it's about 7.5 weeks old. And it says, "Be good to each other." Oh, see, they knew we were doing a duo review or trio review.
Joe,
What's your
what
time?
time do you have?
Oh, you guys are pieces of something. It's 9:56:55.
10:18.
Oh, I got 10:42. Mine's
you
hyperpress.
Wow. How does that happen? You guys got
I'm pouring this thing out. Same.
Yeah, I just throw it against the wall and hope it explodes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so before you guys see this review, you should see the solo review I did of Very Hazy. And that beer, especially the finish of it, was fucking fantastic. Awesome beer. So I'm hoping that this is better than that one. I don't know how much better it will be, but hopefully it is. So I'm not going to read the little spiel in the back because, you know, Dan's holding it up. If you guys
I've held it up.
pause it, zoom in, do full screen, read it for yourselves. I just don't like story time all the time.
I just like how you just assume that everyone who watches your channel is literate.
I mean, I feel my viewer base can read and write, hopefully, but maybe not. Listen, just because your viewers might not be able to doesn't, come on. Give it a nice pour here. We all have the Willie Belcher treehouse, although I have the white logo. They have the black logo.
Oh, you're so fancy.
Oh,
Joe, fun fact.
What up, dog?
Our subscribers,
they're
not real. We bought them all.
I figured as much. There's no way
anybody can read and or write.
There's no way double-digit amount of people want to watch anything on your channel. Anyway, so this pours out like literally like Julius, like a little bit more brighter and vibrant than Julius.
I was going to say, this looks exactly like Julius.
Yeah, maybe not as dark. Mine has a little bit more of like a brighter kind of thing, but yeah, it's very similar.
I didn't get the nose like as on the pour like I did with Julius. So
no, me either.
Okay.
And that was very noticeable when we did Julius. And I like how we're referencing a beer review that's not going to be on my channel, so that maybe just go over to their channel.
Why not?
Or maybe Mike is the most cunning businessman we know.
He could be. I doubt it. Anyway, yeah, super turbid, murky. Looks like so many of the Tree House Hazys. About a finger of an off-white, really creamy head. It's a Tree House beer. Yeah, you got a little bit of your head in there.
Yeah, I got a little excited.
Yeah, a little bit. Just settle down. This is a PG. This is a PG channel. Not really. Anyway, let's get a nose.
Definitely rated R.
Okay. So
it's a bright orange.
I am getting like candied mango, candied apricot, candied stone, and tropical fruits. Like a real sweet, sticky, tropical stone fruity vibe.
I'm getting sweet.
All the candies.
Yeah, sweet tangerine.
It's like someone took like your favorite citrus and tropical and stone fruits and just like cut them open and then sprinkled crystallized sugar on them. It's basically what it is.
Yeah, the little gummy orange slices.
Yeah, yes. Gummy orange slices or like peach gummy rings. If mango gummy rings existed or mango like candy.
Yeah, the what are they? The little Haribo peach rings.
Yes, yeah, those. Yeah, for sure. It definitely smells really sweet though. Like it's the nose is like screaming big sweetness. This is 8.8%.
It looks like a treehouse. It's got that fluffy head on it. I mean,
again, I'm getting that treehouse profile of. I don't know if it's just me that always picks it up, but it's
no.
It smells treehousey. That's the best way I can.
I'm getting like a juicy fruit type of yeast sensation, more so than the Julius, more so than even the other two that we did beforehand, the Queen Machine, Amarillo, and the Super Typhoon. This has more of that bubblegum-esque character.
I like that juicy fruit reference, so that's a good one.
Without taking a sip yet, because
I want to, though. How do you? You're denying us. I just want to.
I want this, and I expect this to be a very soft, creamy kind of mouthfeel, based on everything.
There doesn't. I mean, there seems there obviously is carbonation, but it just from the look of it, it just seems like it's going to have that type of mouthfeel. Right. So basically, for me, the bubblegum yeast profile, candied stone and tropical fruits with like an underlying citrus tone. It smells sweeter. It smells fucking delicious, honestly. I can't, off the top of my head, remember exactly how Very Hazy smelled, but I think it was similar to this because I talked about candied mango and peach rings. That's what I talked about specifically in the nose for that beer. That's the only thing.
I'm really eager to dive into this.
All right,
yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, no, finish your thought.
I was just going to say that one of us recently we both actually just dove into a can of haze.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like a shadow of a beer that once was. It was kind of muted, which was odd. And it was out of the.
Tell you what, Very Hazy, no such thing. And I just reviewed that one recently. So let me just tell you, this is more of the take on the Very Hazy. So hopefully it is. Anyway, cheers, boys. Thanks for joining me once again.
Cheers, boys.
Jeez. Woo!
Soft.
So here's the thing. Oh my God. I fucking love the finish of Very Hazy and Very Hazy. I love the finish of these beers. Like on the back of my fucking palate, it's just sitting there. It's crazy. I love it.
I just kind of knew this was going to happen, so I came prepared. So I'm just going
to. Can you pass me one over here, like real quick? Yeah. Like,
I lined my skivvies.
Oh, I can't.
Okay.
So the finish isn't as crazy as Very Hazy, but for me, and I have no idea what you guys are tasting like. Let me just say the finish for me, it has changed and morphed into this like honeydew melon papaya finish, like a sticky, really sweet, just like honeydew melon on the back of the palate, and that's what's left there. And I fucking love it. And I don't know what exactly is bringing that to the table. Obviously, the hops they're using most likely, but I just love it on the back of my palate.
There is. I agree with the honeydew, and I would even say a small percentage of like cantaloupe. But when I say cantaloupe, I think it's it's not overripened cantaloupe. It's like cantaloupe that you kind of chopped into on your counter. Mm-hmm. And you're like wishing you waited a week, if that makes
For me, I'd have to wait about 75 years because I fucking hate cantaloupe, so I chop into that and throw it out the window. But I totally get what you're saying because I know what cantaloupe tastes like. But for me, that's why I say honeydew. I feel like it's a sweeter melon. I always feel like cantaloupe isn't that sweet. Like it has a sweet aspect, but it's not as sweet as like a honeydew or a watermelon. But,
there is a nice
airplay.
There is a nice hop bite to this that complements the sweetness and that candied aspect because it's a tropical medley that is just really just a candied vibe. But I was just talking about this with Joe about triple IPA that I had recently, and just sugar just dominated and just took away from everything. If you didn't have that bite on this, I think I could almost say the same thing of, wow, this is kind of too sweet, but you're getting that juice and that bitterness to it. Mike?
Yeah, Mike, sorry, we're dominating because we like to talk.
No, that's fine. I'm just enjoying it. It's soft and it's a very light bodied beer, I think. And I'm definitely getting that cantaloupe melon aspect to it. And the little bit of bite on the back end it's just a very pleasant finish to it. It's really good.
For me, out of all the Tree House beers, and by the way, this is the last Tree House beer that I got out of my friend getting me some.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cherish this, and I will dare say, the best came last. This is like probably one of the best that I've got out of the bunch of the beers that I got. tied close with the Beginner's Mind. The Beginner's Mind, that I really enjoyed that one. But
I really liked Super Typhoon. That was really good.
Yeah, Super Typhoon was good. Very Green for me is still up there with one of my favorite that I've had of this batch of beer. This beer though, I see what you're saying, Mike. I would say that like it's not light bodied, but I don't feel the body of this is much bigger than the 6.8% Julius we just did. Like it's very slightly like I'd say this is like a touch over medium where Julius was medium. This is slightly bigger, but this is also 2% bigger. So you're expecting like maybe a bigger body. Not really. Like it's very similar to that. But it's soft, it's smooth, it's creamy, it's so soft on the palate. Like the carbonation is a little bit less in this than I think in Julius. I think the main thing about this beer, and I don't like, I mean, I've reviewed, well, at this, when you guys see this, my 1000th won't be posted, or my 1000th will be posted, but I haven't posted it yet. I've reviewed 1,000 beers, and I will say the finish on this and Very Hazy is up there in like the top 5 finishes. I don't really talk about finishes on my reviews. Like I'll be like, oh, it's finished, and I get all excited. This and Very Hazy, the finishes of this beer make me want to drink it, not because it's super dry and you want to get rid of it, because it's fucking delicious on the finish. And I don't really get that a lot on beers where the finish is just like, oh my God, like this is awesome. And this is one of them. So this is very similar and akin to Very Hazy, although I want to say this is a little bit more drinkable because I think the body's a little less than Very Hazy. And that sounds weird and I'm probably wrong, but this doesn't seem as big bodied as Very Hazy.
It definitely, like, it has a thinner bodied aspect to it, but it still hangs around. Like, it just settles there. And I'm just able to put it down and enjoy that sip for a little bit.
Unlike a lot of Tree House beers where you get a lot of citrus, I feel like in a lot of their beers, this one really, for me, leans stone and tropical fruit heavy, which is why I mentioned on the finish the honeydew and like the papaya and then like the candied mango and peach and stuff. I think the citrus is there, but it's kind of an afterthought where like a lot of Tree House beers, the citrus is right at the forefront. And then the tropical fruit and the stone fruits are kind of like the second or third tier, but I like that. I like stone fruits. I like tropical fruits. So
I had glanced over as I'm sitting here and I saw a sentence on here and it puts it all together. The most delicious fruit cocktail ever. That's what it claims to.
So why don't you read it real quick and then we'll go into ratings and finish this up so we don't have a 23-minute video.
Very hazy. It had to happen. It had to happen. Period. Our most beloved beers here at Tree House are soft. They are very soft, well-rounded, and ridiculously hop-saturated, while balanced by our trademark fluffy mouthfeel, because there's fucking clouds in this beer. Very Hazy is our most flavorful double IPA, and yet it remains effortless to drink. It tastes like overripe peach nectar, pulpy orange juice, and the most delicious fruit cocktail ever. It is all we could ever hope for. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do.
We fucking do, Tree House. We totally do. And I would say, as far as tasting notes of the beers that I've had that they've posted something on the back, which is vast majority of them, this is probably the closest that I got. I could definitely see overripe peach nectar, pulpy orange juice, and fruit cocktail. Like, yeah, for sure. There isn't, and this is all juice and fruity. There's not like like outside of that, I'm getting that bubblegum juicy fruit yeast thing. But outside that, I'm not getting like a huge stank profile or an earthiness or a floral aspect. This is like really full on juice and fruity. There's not much more else to say, which is nice, and they don't mention that. So,
I mean, I think the only thing left to say about it is that while Dan was reading, I burped this beer up into my mouth, and it was delicious. I enjoyed it.
To be clear, he burped in his mouth. He did not vomit, so that is a good thing.
Part of me almost wishes I vomited, so I had a nice hearty swallow. But I've still got some beer left.
Holy shit! I'm editing that out, even though I'm not. Dan, give me a rating out of 5. You know how it rolls. Sorry, I did the rolls like like a hazy. Like there's 3 R's and fucking 3 S's.
There's a lot of letters going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
4.85.
Holy dick sauce! I don't know why I said that, Mike.
There's plenty of dick sauce hanging around out here.
I mean, by you,
Kleenex. Where'd it go?
Kleenex. So if some of this dick sauce hanging out, it's on Dan's floor. Mike, what do you say?
I was going to give it a 4 or 5. Not as much dick sauce, but still some. A little pre-dick sauce.
Classes are steeping up because I'm dying over here. I would go high 4 or 5. I'll go 4.6. I gave Very Hazy a 4 or 5. This is a little bit better, 4 or 6. So clearly, this is an average beer based on our ratings.
Yeah, it's a healthy.
It's all right. Yeah, I'm probably not going to drink the rest of this. I'm going to end this and just pour it down the drain.
I don't know how they said we just make it so effortless to drink because I'm struggling to know. I just can't do this.
I mean, I get
I
it like
was
3
coming
times.
back up. I had to swallow that burp down. A lot of effort.
I mean, I said this in the hazy, the very hazy review, and whatever. We'll let us go about 16 minutes, then I'll stop it because fuck, can't be 23 minutes long. But in the very hazy review, I said, like with Queen Machine, Amarillo, they lost me a little bit. I did the 3 with Kyle, lost me a little bit there.
Mhm.
But then with Super Typhoon, Very Green, and Very Hazy, and this beer, and some of the other ones you'll see, they have won me back big time. Like it went to, oh yeah, there's just solid. To no, I know why this is Tree House and why people love it. So yeah. Anyway, that was Very Hazy, and we give it pretty much fucking high scores beyond belief. We all loved it.
Yep.
Price and availability on this one, I believe it was $20 a 4-pack. You got to get it at Tree House. You can't get it at. They have like 3 or 4 locations in Massachusetts. Then they have one in Connecticut. And that's about it. Like you can't really just pick this up at a bottle shop. So.
If I lived up there, I'd have to work 5 jobs just to.
Yeah, I'd be buying probably a case of mixed stuff like every couple of weeks from them. It'd be problematic.
Yeah.
So yeah, appreciate both Dan and Mike stopping by for another review. Like I said before, in the Super Typhoon, yeah, we're going to do this more often. It's not always going to be Tree House because we just don't have access to it as easily.
We'll do some lesser beers.
Yeah, we'll do some Genesee Orange Cran Color beer.
Maybe some Resurgence.
Oh, dude, the same IPAs in a different can. Anyway, we're going to shut this down so it's not 27 fucking minutes long because that's how we roll. Thanks always, boys. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.